I'll start. Look, I just want to send condolences to the Cowboys, Marcus Paul's family. A really sad day yesterday, and throughout the league. Look, Marcus Paul, he was just a fantastic human being. I just hope his family takes comfort in knowing that he impacted a lot of people in a very positive way. Players, coaches, just people in general. I mean, this was as kind-hearted and genuine a person as I've been around. He certainly had an impact on me, and it's a big loss for the league. So condolences to his family and the Cowboys, and I pray for comfort for his family. All right.
Adam?
Good morning and happy Thanksgiving, Brian. I'm sorry for the loss. I was curious. Tua showed up on the injury report yesterday with a throwing hand injury. It was reported that it was something minor happened in practice. Is that report accurate?
Yeah, he got banged up a little bit. Look, he's a tough kid. He's gonna do everything he can from a treatment standpoint. So, we'll see. I don't think this is something that we're too worried about. I think we're just going to continue to treat it, and as far as how accurate the report is, yeah, he got dinged up in practice. But he's getting treatment, and he's better today. So we'll see how it goes.
Steve?
You're freezing, Steve.
How about now? Any better?
Yeah, it's better.
How are you about his availability on Sunday?
One more time. You kind of froze out again.
How are you his availability?
Yeah. Is everybody else getting them?
Yeah, he's freezing. Steve, we'll come back to you in a second. Omar?
His question was, how certain are you about his availability for Sunday? My question is, I wanted to know what Robert Hunt's development in terms of when he plays, how much has it sped up his development?
I think anytime you get experience in game, you develop. That's everyone. That's players, that's coaches, it's officials, it's chain crew. That's everybody. So I think playing, that's the best way to really improve, get experience and feel the speed and the aggressiveness of a defensive lineman in his case. See secondary pressures, different pressures, and he maybe sees from us. Corners coming, safeties coming. So I think he's definitely improved, as well as a lot of our young players, offensively, defensively, and in the kicking game. So yeah, playing helps for sure.
Safid?
Hey, Coach. Anthony Campanelli seems to be one of the most enthusiastic coaches on your staff. I don't know if you've followed along. I've been asking him a bunch of food questions and questions about himself throughout the season. Just what can you say about his energy and what he's brought to the coaching staff, especially with taking on a bigger role in the last couple of weeks when you guys were out with those coaches on the COVID protocol?
Yeah, Camp's a good young coach. We got a lot of good young coaches on his team. And he brings a lot of juice and enthusiasm. I think anytime you can bring energy to the team, that's always a good thing. Look, it's a tough sport. It's demanding. We ask a lot of the players, so we try to tell the coaches, and if there's any way you can make it fun, then feel free. Camp does a good job, and we're happy to have him on the staff, as well as everyone on the staff. I think all these guys work hard. It's important to them, and they do their best to try to put the players in positions to have success. I think we're no different than the players. Look, this is his first year in the National Football League, so to Omar's previous question, every game is experience for him and other guys who haven't coached in this league. A lot of our guys have college experience. Again, honestly, hearing some of those things that they did, whether it's at Michigan with Camp or Cal with GA, or West Virginia with Robbie Brown, just hearing some of the things they did, when they were in college. I'm open to all those suggestions, so it's been good.
Adam?
Yeah, Brian, I wanted to ask you about leadership. I'm running a story about leadership for this weekend, and obviously it's something that's very important in coaching. I guess as much as you can sum it up, why can a good leader be the difference between a good franchise and a bad franchise?
Can you say that question again? I didn't catch all of it.
Yeah, I'm just curious, why can a good leader at the top of the organization be the difference between a successful franchise and one that's not successful?
I don't think it's ever about one person, not in football at least. I think it's about a collection of people, ownership, head coach, GM, assistant coaches, players, equipment. It's a team game on the field. Honestly, I think it's a team game from a organizational standpoint as well. So I think we need leadership from everybody. I can't, begin to tell you, what goes on in the equipment room, what goes on from a field crew standpoint. But I do know that if, we don't have leadership from a grounds crew standpoint, we can't go out there and practice because we won't have we won't have lines and numbers and things of that nature. So I think you need leadership across the board. I think, Steve Ross and Tom Garfinkel and Chris, I think we try to, as much as we can, encourage leadership and let guys do their jobs across the board, because I'm not going to sit here and, tell Joe Cimino, how we should set up, locker rooms on the road. I mean, I wouldn't know the first thing about that. I could probably come up with some ideas, but they'd probably be wrong because I've never done it. So, to answer your question, I don't ever think it's about one person. I think once you start going down the one person is the end all be all, I mean, you just can't, no one person can do everything in a football organization. There's just too many things going on, from personnel to equipment to training to nutrition to, medical. I mean, but what we can do is encourage leadership and let everyone be, let's call it the head coach in their area. So, Josh Grizzard is the head coach of the receivers, and Kyle Johnson's the head coach of the training room, and the medical department, and so on and so forth. And we try to encourage that leadership and let those guys lead in their respective realms, and trust that they're going to do a good job. And I think our job, from an ownership standpoint, is to have a vision for how we want things done and express that vision, and then trust that guys will try to put that vision in action. Long-winded answer to, I'm not sure if that really gets to what you were looking for, but
Omar?
Flo, I wanted to ask you about the issues that you guys were having on your offensive line, and I know you've got Jesse in the protocol and Solomon with the foot issue. Your philosophy has always been to start the top 5 and figure out how to make that chemistry work. How much has the Dieters and the Davenports and the Pankeys been cross-trained to play every position, and how comfortable are you with them, I guess, filling in on the right side, considering Dieter was last year left guard?
I mean, the good thing is those guys have played. They played together. So from a communication standpoint, the only thing we're missing is really game snaps with that group. But there's been plenty of practice snaps, between Dieter and Davenport and Pankey and Karras and Flowers and, Austin and Hunt. So there's plenty of just, let's call it practice snaps between that group. Obviously, Dieter and Davenport have experience playing, starting games in this league, started a lot of games last year. So, again, you're right. We're going to try to put the best 5 out there. But, I also have confidence in those guys that, because of the way they prepare, the way they practice, the experience they have, we put them in and, I have confidence that the wheels won't fall off. So I think, they're all, it's a hardworking group. But at the end of the day, we play a tough opponent this week. They play good defense, and we've got to execute. And that's everybody. Obviously, the offensive line is a big part of that. And that's where our focus is. It's on the Jets, and this week of preparation, and trying to be at our best on Sunday on offense, defense, and special teams.
Time for one more. We'll go to Alan.
Good morning, Brian. Happy Thanksgiving. Is there a concern at this particular time that Tua might not be available for the Jets game?
I don't think we're at that point yet. I think he's getting treatment. He's rehabbing. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I mean, it's sore, but he's a tough kid. He's played through some things before. We're not at that point yet. We're just going to take this one day at a time, which is how we deal with all, injuries, situations, COVID. I mean, we just take it one day at a time. I mean, it's 2020. I think I've said this time and time again. I think we all have to be ready to adjust and be flexible, and have contingency plans ready if this happens, if that happens. And this is just part of that. So, no, we're not at that point. We'll just take this one day at a time. He'll rehab, and if he can go, he'll go. And we'll see how he feels today, and see how he practices today, and we'll have a better feel, this afternoon. You guys will be eating turkey, and you'll ask me about it tomorrow. So